Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. I'm the Crazy Flippin' Mom, and today I am reviewing listings you have sent me to tell you if you should pick them up, why or why not. This is a friendly episode of Pass or Smash. In this video, I'm going to review the listings you have sent me over the past couple of weeks to tell you if I would pick them up and why, diving into the listing, or if there's red flags or reasons I just would stay clear. This is a video you're gonna wanna watch to the very end because I review such unique products here. Because I've been selling so long, I really have this whole catalog of information to pull from of why I wouldn't pick something up, and even red flags that you don't usually see on listings, but I just know from experience. As usual, I'm using SellerAmp to review these listings. This is my go-to sourcing tool if I'm at a computer or I'm in store. I can review with one scan things like seller competition, profit, any red flags, and really forecast the price that I'm going to sell it at based on keep it charts that are included in SellerAmp. I have a link to SellerAmp below. You're going to want to download that. You have a free trial. You have nothing to lose. Follow along with me to see if these products would end up in your cart or you'd be leaving them behind. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to show you several different types of products so we can really break down the reasons I would or would not pick them up based on my previous experience. Australian Gold. Now, I've sold this successfully on Amazon with no brand issues, although I have friends who've said they've been IP'd with Australian Gold. And I wonder if it's more related to the listing quality and health versus the brands, but that's something we can definitely look into a little bit more here. SellerAmp open, and let's dive into it. So this is not just something that is great for coming into summertime sunscreen, but this is also carried by Menards. It's a little bit harder to find product, so that is why there's an increase on some of these listings of the price. It's not just like the normal $7.99, $9.99 price. Okay. First and foremost, it is on sale. It is profitable, and I'll show you how profitable in a second. Something first that I would look at is, do I want to prepare bundles? And not just like your basic bundles, but these could leak, and they will leak. This tab, because I've sold this before, is not the most secure. So you actually need to secure the product with like an extra tab that helps against leakage. And then you're bundling it and then you're tagging it. So a little bit more prep, not terrible, but I feel like for me, the prep is worth it if there's money there. Now, and that's where it's based on the seller. How much money would it make it worth it to prep all this stuff, and how much can you actually find, right? So let's look at the listing. We have SellerAmp here, and it says estimated sales every month 200, which is great. You see the rank reflects that. 10,000. Now you can see here does not meet your bestseller rank criteria. I have criteria set up in the back end of SellerAmp, which you can do as well. And this is low. It meets it, but I probably have something triggered that I want it to be like even lower and selling more each month. So the max cost to be profitable for this is going to be $860. Now I found this on clearance and with the Menards rebate for $2.99 each. So let's just say this is $7. And you can see here very quickly, if I'm going to sell it for this price, $21.98, how much profit am I making? I mean, you can see how quickly that a $21 sale gets whittled down, and why you have to be very, very careful with repricing and dropping your price. Now, we can also look at other sellers on the listing, and maybe the price is higher. Okay, so we see here, there's only 2 sellers. It showed that in SellerAmp, but you know, I'm just going to dive in a little bit more. Amazon, it showed Amazon had what, 1,000, and then R&K Group. So yeah, they could have more than 1,000. So what we also want to see is how often Amazon is sharing the buy box, because they are in stock in 200 a month. So if they actually have 1,000, how many months till they're sold out? 5 months? Did that take way too long to do the math? 4 or 5 months. This listing might pick up in sales 4 or 5 months until they're sold out, and that's also assuming that they won't get more in. So we got to really see. Let's check the last 3 months. There, it said on 3 months. How often, and I'm going to look at this keep a chart, the top chart here, how often did a third party seller win the buy box? And you can see here, it looks like Amazon FBA was in stock the full time. You do see merchant sellers, that's that FBM blue line. What we're in and out of this listing at $34.99, so even higher, which is great. And what I am also going to do is come down to Keepa. You can see here the two sellers on the listing right now, Amazon and this third-party seller. Amazon is winning the buy box 100% of the time. I'm just in Keepa and buy box statistics. It says Amazon here. So to me, just looking at that and looking at their inventory, I don't feel great about going deep in this product at all. If there was all of a sudden this was discontinued, extremely hard to find, maybe it would be worth picking up the hold or finding a different listing. Let's see. I mean, the profit isn't bad. $4 a sale. And it doesn't look like it's going to drop any more than $21.98. And you do have CIP analysis, IP suspected with Australian gold. That's good to know. It is not meltable, which you'll be surprised. Some of these listings you wouldn't think are considered meltable, but they are, like chapstick vitamins. So listing 1, would you pick this up to resell based on this information? Let me know. But listing 2, here we go. Jugglers have been a fan favorite for over a year now, and this was at Walmart for $3 to $4. I found it on the clearance shelf. This is the smaller one. And I want to talk about Walmart clearance in toys real quick. If it is at your Walmart on clearance, it's most likely at a lot of people. So that's something you need to consider before purchasing, is how much are you investing? Because maybe every seller across the country is also picking up that same product. That being said, if it's deep enough discount, you can even compete with Amazon or really low other sellers and still make a profit, then a lot of times it feels worth it. First and foremost, what I'm looking at, low seller, that's great, but 9 monthly sales, and we can see with Keepa, maybe in the past year it's been more popular, or if this is just something that's not as popular. Now, no, it's kind of always felt like a not as popular toy. But say we're investing $4. We are going to make $14.44 per sale, which is great. And let's see how much inventory the other sellers have. It looks like they have 2, right? So people are going to be selling out of this listing pretty quickly, which means in a month you might sell your inventory. And to me, with that sort of profit, it would make it worth it. I know that's a really crazy bestseller rank, and usually on all my listings or when I talk on these videos, I'm like, I don't want to stick with product, or I don't want a high bestseller rank. But if it's selling 10 a month and there's only sellers with the total of 4, I might be able to make some sales this month. $14.44 is a great turnaround on your profit, and this comes in a box like this, so you're gonna have to bag it, but pretty relatively low, like issues, complaints, returns. It can be expired, you know, that sort of thing. Now, let's just go through the rest of the listing just to do our due diligence. It looks like they are both smaller sellers, so we're not seeing the Fugler brand or like the parent company brand on the listing. Amazon isn't on the listing, so we don't need to worry about them coming in at a super low price and dominating the buy box. Really, something like this, I'm just worried about listing health, making sure I'm not going to get IP'd from the brands because the listing, or Amazon because the listing just isn't up to the terms of service. The other thing that I like to do is go through the reviews and just make sure people understood what they're purchasing. Now this, I do not speak whatever this language is, but I feel like it might have to do with size. So that's what I want to see. You'll find listings that just they're not clear at the actual size or what the buyer is getting, and then it leads to returns, complaints, issues. So looking at reviews can be really helpful. So this is a Walmart clearance product. I might pick up to sell on Amazon or Walmart. Product 2, is this a pass or smash? Let me know. All right, product 3, makeup. I sold makeup for a very long time on Walmart, and then they basically gated all of that stuff. Don't sell it anymore over there, but I find all this on clearance all the time. To know about makeup is that it is hazmat. You have to be approved to send hazmat products into a warehouse on Amazon. That's something before you jump in and start purchasing chlorine and weed killer and makeup. All this stuff is hazmat. And if you want to sell it FBA and send it into a warehouse, you have to be approved before you send in that shipment. Otherwise, you need to ship it merchant. And there are requirements to ship hazmat products out. So that is a whole different topic and conversation. But before I would invest in something like this, I would kind of determine if it's worth it to send a merchant, because the shipping prices have gone up. And if I don't want to do it merchant, can I send it in to a warehouse? Am I approved to sell it that way? Now, it looks like there might be some IP issues with this listing right off the bat here. As you can see, this was on sale for like $2. So you can check out our profit. ROI 112%. Usually I'm looking at ROI. I want to make sure I'm at least like 60%. The other thing I look at is how hard it is to find and prep. If it's something that is no prep at all, I'm just tagging it, I'm usually willing to go lower on my ROI. But if it's something that needs to be really prepped because it could spill or it needs to be bundled together, those are things that just take a little bit more time. And so I want to make sure I'm making enough to make it worth it. There are a lot of sellers on this listing. I mean, a lot of sellers. There are 11, a lot of variations. I'm not sure if we'll see anybody with a whole bunch of inventory. Okay, we have one guy here with over 30. I mean, we can see all that here. I don't know why I do that. Honestly, it's just habit. Looks like Amazon is also on this listing with a ton of inventory. So first we need to see if Amazon is sharing the buy box. So I just went to the data buy box stats, and you can see here percentage of the buy box won. Amazon is at 23%. Looks like gear and goods is at 55%. This is great. This is not just Amazon 100% of the time or 99% of the time in the buy box, but it looks like it is rotating through other sellers. But you should also note here that these other sellers are priced under Amazon. Really, really important. So sometimes the buy box you see when you click on a listing, that's not how it was 10 minutes ago or for the last 3 months. Maybe you're seeing a spike in a price just for the week. So it's important that you dive a little bit deeper into this information to really make good buying decisions. So let's go back to our profits. 112%, private label, unlikely. Amazon is sharing buy box. We saw that definitely. It is not meltable. There's a ton of variations, tons of different shades. Now we see all of our sellers and the quantity and the keep it chart. Remember, on this keep it chart, you can look at the week, the day, 3 month, and all this information is also on your phone. All right, ranks and prices all combined from Keepa right here. So you can see 30-day, 90-day, 180 days, or all. Let's just look at current. The buy box price, the lowest it has gone, and the lowest FBA, estimated sales each month, 1,000. And then here's really, you can put, maybe you found 100 of this. So it will show you if you purchased 100 of these at your $2 price, your total profit after everything. This is your net profit. So you're investing 200 to make 225. You also can click on any of these buttons and you can add inventory directly into your Amazon seller account. You can check your orders on this listing, all sorts of fun stuff. Again, I would check out reviews, overall listing quality, and I want to hear, is this a pass or smash? For me, I don't do a lot of makeup. I don't do a lot of beauty because of the returns. This is also something, I believe it's a glass bottle. Will it break? Probably not, but in the back of my head, I don't want to deal with glass. Makeup returns issues, people buying 3 or 4 different shades and then returning what didn't work, and you can't resell that inventory. It's not something I want to deal with, so it's a pass for me, but I want to hear below. All right, last, we have coffee. I love to sell coffees, teas, all that stuff on Amazon and Walmart. It's been one I've sold for years. It's in the grocery category, which on Amazon you can't return this. And this is why I do like selling groceries, because it's not one that you can typically return, but you should look at the listing because some of these are not set up correctly and customers could return them. You see here, not returnable due to food and safety reasons. So we're good on that. We have 12 sellers. Let's just use the SellerAmp chart. What am I doing here? And I was sent this, and I cannot remember the sale price, but let's just say our all-in is $6. So you can see here a profit is $4.50. We're at a 75% ROI. This is something that's going to have to be bundled. So you're having 2 boxes, putting it in one bag. Really not that difficult. They're cardboard boxes. The only thing that could really happen is they get smashed in transit if you're not shipping it correctly. It says Amazon is never on the listing. Private label unlikely. Meltable, no. And then let's look at the quantity other sellers have. So we have a couple guys really dominating their stock here. You see everyone's price is about the same, and we have, for some reason, a couple merchant people price super high. I don't know what they're thinking. We can look in the last month. It has really been buy box. You can see that pink top chart line consistent at 22.40. You can put in here how many you purchase, and it will tell you based on that investment how much you're going to be taking home at the end of the day. And I want to come back to this keep it chart and just do what I always do, is look at the data and then check buy box stats. And we can see this Joy of Coffee. That is the person right now in the buy box. Looks like they're pretty much cleaning up inventory, cleaning up the buy box. Now, if you come to offers, you're going to see everybody, and you can also include historical offers, which is everyone who's ever sold on this listing. You can see when I clicked that line, it went from just who's live now to who's ever been on this listing, going back for the lifetime of this listing. So not something I really need to do right now, but then you can see this guy. Is this our buy box winner right now? Yes, this is our buy box winner. So this is where you can see their inventory. You can see their stock history. And this is also another way to show, maybe if the listing isn't ranked and you're wondering, is the seller really selling out? You could come here and see, okay, he had 604 in April. At the end of April, he had 404. Like, we're moved, then he sent more in. Okay, that's a great sign. This is obviously a bigger seller. Also, you can see here his price history has gone down, but this is this recent? To maintain that buy box price, he's definitely had to drop his price a little bit. Okay. And this is a listing I actually would pick up to sell. I like selling coffee. I think Starbucks coffee is super desirable. This is something that people buy multiple times. So you not only have that first purchase, but people coming back to order it again. I would check expiration dates, because if a grocery store, Walmart, Target has this on a clearance shelf, it could be because expiration dates are too close to actually resell on a platform like this. But if it's all looks good, the buy box price is consistent, I'm making a profit at the end of the day, I would pick it up. I want to know pass or smash from you. Let's go.